What's up, guys? Part-time Gamer Dad here, and today I'm going to give you my predictions for the Elimination Chamber 2025 PLE happening this Saturday, March 1st. As you can see, I am on my cruise. I am recording this video. Hopefully it uploads to YouTube. I realized I forgot to record this video before I left on vacation. There is a video uploading right now. Hopefully it uploads. It's my predicting the WrestleMania 41 Night 2 match card. So make sure you check that one out. Give us some love. But let's get into my predictions for Elimination Chamber 2025. This card is only going to have 4 matches as of right now. I'm recording this on Tuesday before the show. We have the 2 chamber matches, we have a tag team match, and an unsanctioned match. Let's start off with the unsanctioned match of Kevin Owens taking on Sami Zayn. They are in their home country of Canada. They are both beloved. They will probably both get some cheers and some boos from different members of the crowd, given that they are the hometown boys. This match, I said it when I kind of predicted my WrestleMania 41 card. I think Sami Zayn is going to defeat Kevin Owens with some help from Kevin Owens' WrestleMania 41 opponent to be announced, and that is Randy Orton. So I have Sami Zayn probably on the outs to like lose the match. Like, Kevin Owens is dominating. It's unsanctioned. They just had this interview with Sami Zayn where he had gone to Kevin Owens' old home. He had like met Kevin's mom. He was kind of ashamed of what he had become and what Kevin had become and what they would do to each other in the unsanctioned match. I think when we get to the end of this match, Sami won't be able to pull the trigger. Kevin's going to try to take advantage, and then that's when Randy Orton hits the ring, hits the RKO, and puts him away so that Sami Zayn can pick up the win, setting up their eventual, what I anticipate to be the WrestleMania match. It makes a lot of sense between Kevin Owens and Randy Orton. Next up, let's talk about the tag team match of Trish Stratus and the WWE Women's Champion Tiffany Stratton going against the former champ Nia Jax and Candice LeRae. Again, we are in Toronto, Canada. This is the hometown of Trish Stratus. As Tiffany Stratton said a couple of weeks ago, it's Trishy time. I do think Trish Stratus and Tiffany Stratton win this match. There would be no reason for Nia Jax and Candice LeRae to win this match. You could argue that Charlotte Flair interferes, causing Tiffany Stratton to lose to further their feud, but you don't really need that at this point. Everybody's pretty invested and wants to see Tiffany Stratton defeat Charlotte Flair. So I could see Trish Stratus picking up the win because she is the hometown favorite, but she really probably wants to give that rub to Tiffany Stratton, who is kind of like the new version of Trish Stratus. So I would have Trish Stratus lay out Candice LeRae maybe with a chick kick, or lay out Nia Jax with the Stratus faction, and then have Tiffany Stratton hit the prettiest moonsault ever to pick up the win. And then we could properly go into just one-on-one Tiffany versus Charlotte. Now, if you remember, Charlotte did wrestle Trish Stratus a little over 5 years ago at a SummerSlam. I think it'd be really cool to have a rematch of those two in the lead up to WrestleMania. Maybe you have Trish in Tiffany's corner, kind of that, like, you know, passing of the torch. And then I think eventually, and I'll give you a little bit of my Mania prediction as of right now, I think Tiffany Stratton needs to win this match. And I think Charlotte Flair will, unfortunately, win the title at WrestleMania. Next up, we have the Women's Elimination Chamber match. We have Bianca Belair, Naomi, Roxanne Perez, Liv Morgan, Alexa Bliss, and Bayley. And this match, it's interesting. It's one that I think could be really, really good. I look at the field and I feel like we have a few other things figured out. We're going to probably have Bianca Belair versus Naomi, or Bianca Belair versus Jade Cargill. I think that's a match we're probably going to see. I don't see Liv going after the Women's Championship against Rhea Ripley at WrestleMania, because that feud was so long-winded and it's finally done. And Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez just won the tag titles. I don't think we're going to see Roxanne Perez in a world title match right this second, although it could be wrong. She was the last person eliminated from the Royal Rumble, so maybe she does get a shot. And then I just don't see Bayley versus Rhea Ripley right now, especially because we have 2 babyface women in that scenario. So what does that leave? That leaves Alexa Bliss, and I do think Alexa Bliss is going to win the Elimination Chamber. She just returned to a massive pop at the Royal Rumble. They are building her up as something big. With like kind of the teases of the White Six or something else to that effect. So I think you have Alexa Bliss win the Elimination Chamber match, and then it's really a toss-up because you're talking about Rhea Ripley, who's the most popular women's superstar of the last at least decade, going against Alexa Bliss, who is kind of on this comeback trail, and everybody wanted her back, and to have her lose her first big program out be kind of a downer. But Rhea Ripley is a whole nother force, so we'll see when we get there. I'll make that prediction when we get down the road, but for right now, for Elimination Chamber, I have Alexa Bliss to win and become the #1 contender to the Women's World Championship at WrestleMania. In the main event, or at least what I anticipate will be the main event, it's the only one that makes sense, and it is the Elimination Chamber match, the men's chamber match, to determine the #1 contender to face Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania 41 for the WWE Undisputed Championship. And guys, look, I've already said who I'm picking. This match is between CM Punk, John Cena, Logan Paul, Drew McIntyre, Damian Priest, and Seth Rollins. And you got to think about the matches that would happen here. There's only two that I think make sense. Well, there's three that make sense, but there's only two that seem viable. So you could do Drew versus Cody. That'd be a really nice story to tell and a really great match, I think. And they used to be tag champs together, and they kind of both went off the indies and came back as bigger, better superstars, main eventers, who both main evented WrestleManias. I mean, great storytelling there. Damian Priest is not going to happen. That is not a main event match by any stretch of the imagination. Logan Paul versus Cody Rhodes, we've already seen that. We saw that last year. And then in terms of CM Punk, that's the one I think could happen. CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes, story writes itself, but I feel like we're still going to have Roman versus Punk versus Rollins. Speaking of, Rollins could also happen, but we saw that match 3 years ago at WrestleMania, and I just don't think at this time Rollins versus Cody is as big of a match as Punk versus Cody, or the man I think we're going to have face Cody Rhodes, which is John Cena. Hi, you thought I was going to say CM Punk. We're going to see John Cena go one-on-one with Cody Rhodes. We just had The Rock come out and say, Cody, I want you to be my champ. One of two things is going to happen, and I put it in my predicting the match card before this all started, and I think even now more so it's going to happen. The Rock comes out, asks Cody Rhodes to be his champ, and Cody Rhodes will make the decision to turn. And he will say, I got to keep this championship by any means necessary. I worked really hard to finish my story. I don't want my story to end. And so whether that means he turns heel after WrestleMania, he turns heel at WrestleMania, or beforehand, I could see Cody absolutely turning. I don't think John Cena is going to turn in his last year, but we could also see John Cena say, just like Austin did back in 2001, around the time of WrestleMania 17, I need this. I need this more than you could possibly imagine, Cody. I need number 17. And he aligns himself with Dwayne. He aligns himself with The Rock. He aligns himself with the final boss. And he becomes the champion, the corporate champion that The Rock uses as his pawn as we go through his farewell tour. So there you go, guys. John Cena to win the men's chamber. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. We always have some new wrestling content, video game content, parenting content coming out all the time. And I will see you guys very soon.